I mean, if y'all want to harmonize.
He's like,
So quick.
I don't know if that was shade. I don't know if that was reading us. I don't know what that was, but it was funny as hell.
I ain't seen that look since the last time I was in church. That's that she said.
He said,
honey, that ain't it.
That ain't
Stick to the tambourine.
Right. That was funny. I thought we sounded good. He said, He said, let's do this intro.
Let's get to talking. What we normally do. What we all do well.
Right. Hey, community.
Happy holidays.
Here's what's brewing today.
Gift giving and traditions.
Ask your aunties. Race play.
And Curiosities, the Christmas edition. So get your stockings ready for Minoritea Report.
It's the most wonderful time of
the year.
Wait, Dewan already shaded us before we even
know, she sure did.
He's like,
I said, can we harmonize? He shut that down real quick.
He said,
no.
He's like, keep that to yourself. Well, community, if you can kind of see for some of our garb here, it's all the jingle ladies time. Come on now, it's Christmas time, bitch. Woo. Like, are you guys in the mood this year? Like, obviously 2020 has been a roller coaster of a year. Has it altered either your preparation for the holidays, or we're in the midst of it now, it's damn near Christmas Day. Has it changed how you're feeling about the holidays?
Let me keep it 100. Once Joe Biden was elected president-elect, that Christmas tree went up and the bitch was ready to celebrate. She was finding joy wherever she could get it.
Yes.
The Christmas tree is up, it's ready.
I know, right.
And I'm mad at Corey because now our tree got baby breath all over it too. But it's cute though. It's cute. It's cute though, I ain't gonna lie. But it was a pain in the butt a little bit.
It's a pain in the butt. I don't even mess with it now. I'm like, that's all you, boo. Because you're gonna tell me the baby breath in the wrong location, and I'm not trying to fight on Christmas. Not doing it.
We rarely ever do a Christmas tree because we're rarely ever home for the for the holidays. So it's like, okay, well, what's the point in having a tree then? Leave for like a couple of weeks and then the whole house then burned down because it's all dried up and rigor mortis.
They got really good like fake trees now.
Yeah, we have a fake tree and
see,
yeah, we have a fake tree, and it actually looks really nice. We've had people be like, "Oh, is that a real tree?" And I'm like, "No, bitch, it was Amazon." Oh, damn.
See, I live in New York. Anything that is like not real, like you have to think about storing that stuff. And when you already have limited storage space, it's like, no, I'll pass. I'll pass on that.
I mean, we store it at
Christmas
Fizz's
trees
Brothers
abundantly throughout the whole neighborhood, so we'll just enjoy that.
Well, you could get like a little baby one, like a little, put it on like your little console back there. He's like,
no,
no, we're not doing that.
Look, she's gonna be like, it's gonna be sitting a little like Charlie Brown tree. It's
right.
gonna be just one little bulb on it.
It is like our stuff is perfectly curated.
Right.
We don't
put a little Santa hat on the little Buddhas or whatever that's back there. Put a little Santa hat. No, bitch.
No.
So but you know what's Christmas. A fun game? Yeah. But you know
I have the
fun...
Christmas spirit, and that is plenty.
But not the decorations.
No, that's too much.
I don't need the decorations to feel the spirit.
But you know what a fun drinking game is? is putting a Christmas tree on the corner, not a Christmas tree, putting a Christmas hat on a corner of the TV. And whenever you watch a movie and it looks like it's actually on their head, then you take a drink. But you could be drunk by the end of a movie real quick.
So should we be like moving about? If you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, subscribe.
Right, exactly.
Hit the bell
button.
Boom,
right there. You didn't take a drink.
Yeah, put it on the curls. You see the curls. Come on now.
Both corners.
I love, like, I need to have decorations up because especially now that I'm in the South, it's so warm that it doesn't feel like it otherwise for me. Because growing up in the Midwest, like, you associate the holidays with cold and snow and ice and things like that. So, like, if I don't put, or we don't overly decorate, it'll be like December 24th and it'll be like, oh shit, hold on, it's Christmas? Like, it's 74 degrees out. Like, so especially since I moved from like Chicago, I feel like we have to put shit up or you're just not in the mood at all because you're still in like shirts and shorts and sandals, you know?
I feel that. We it doesn't snow here, luckily, because of the mountains. And when it does, the whole city's shut down. So I love that I don't have to worry about snow on Christmas. My birthday is only like 8 days later, so I'm used to it being like a blizzard in the Midwest come like New Year. You know, that New Year blizzard is a real thing in the Midwest every single year. So I was always screwed. So I like the idea of like not having snow, etc.
I remember
we just drive up to the mountains.
One New Year's, I was in Chicago. I was living in Indiana at the time, but we would always go to Chicago to celebrate it. And it was the year I ruptured my Achilles. Ooh. And so I had a walking boot on, and we went into the bar. I think we were in like Wrigleyville celebrating New Year's. Went into the bar, and it wasn't snowing. Came out, and it was literally like a fucking blizzard. And I had like a walking boot. That snow was getting all in that bitch. I was like, oh, ain't this a bitch? And you just slip and slide because it doesn't have like a traction of like a sneaker, you know? Oh, it was the worst. Like, I vividly remember that to this day. Because
I bet your toes were all frostbitten for all that snow, just like crumpled up between.
And you don't want to crumple up and kind of get like, right, and it get icy, you know? The worst.
That's that sidewalk slushy.
It's like, oh man, but you know,
I will say I do love our decorations though. We went with like rose gold and like white this year.
Okay.
So our Christmas tree is really cute. It's really
looking like an iPhone
and pink. Yeah. It was funny. Fizz and I were like, man, you would think that we had like daughters or something. Like there was just more like. You think a woman also lived here, like some, you know, like someone. Yeah, I mean, it's just really, it's really pretty, like something out of Macy's, and I'm like,
DeJuan, like, does Christmas in New York feel different than any other place you've lived?
Yeah, you feel it everywhere. You feel it everywhere,
like,
and because the city is so. Yeah, I think so because I feel like Chicago. They're like destinations, you know, that like are lit up, you know, outside of like, you know, like even in Boys Town, like they have like little lights on the streets or whatever, but like mostly you go inside the bars, and inside the bars you feel it, but just like driving through the city, you don't really see it unless you're like downtown. So, you know, but like here in New York, I mean, I look out my windows, I see, you know, there's like, you know, like there's a 40-story apartment building like right over there, and they'll be like, it'll be all lit up with like trees and lights and different things. And I'll walk out on the sidewalks on the main boulevards, and like Broadway's 1 block away, and there are Christmas tree, like they're selling Christmas trees like on the sidewalk. So like you walk through evergreens, you smell the smells, they have like little like, you know, trolleys that sell like roasted nuts and all, like it just feels like Christmas all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it, you know, it is New York, so you get the smells of like
you get pines and rats and piss
and poop and, you know, like throw up and all that kind of stuff, because, you know, we New York, so we we a little bit dirty. But you go to
I will say I was shocked though when we came for Fizz's birthday and it was hot as fuck, and I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I don't know. Maybe it was like because it was Labor Day, like we got there doing like a cleaning weekend or something. But even we were in the trains and we were like, okay, all right, this isn't that bad.
That's come in August. It's not. It's fine. It's fine all the way up until August, because August you get that humidity and the heat, and it's just like, it's just like dookie soup. It's not cute at all. You walk outside,
not dookie soup.
Okay, come on, Green Day.
Doo-doo brown.
It's not great.
Doo-doo brown.
But at least during the holidays, you know, you got a little bit of that pine action to kind of mask some of that stuff. And it's cold, so like, you know, if somebody takes a poop outside, whether it be animal or human, it's isolated. It's not like wafting in your face. But yeah, in August, it's not cute at all.
I know it's going to be interesting. Like I saw an article that said they're going to close Rockefeller ice skating rink on January 17th this year, or I guess 2021, because everyone thought it was because of COVID. Yes, they're limiting how many people are at the ice skating rink. Like, you got to buy your ticket and get a time slot. Yep. But I guess they're redoing Rockefeller Center. I guess there were some restaurants there that have closed now, and they're happy that they closed, because I guess like it was pretty much for the privilege to get the prime spot to watch people skate around there. And so those restaurants have closed now, and so they're gonna like pretty much kind of tear it down and be able to have more people watch the ice skating rink. Obviously, when COVID gets better and things like that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, just all those traditions that changed because of COVID. But then I guess this is one that wasn't specifically COVID. But now once they reopen it, if it's not better by 2021 holiday season, it's just like, okay, you did all these renovations.
Right. And Rockefeller's the same plaza too that has like all the like the flags of like the different countries around it, right?
And okay, tree, cool. And like NBC is there and all that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because it's right by like Radio City. Is it Radio City Hall or something like that? Or
Radio City Music Hall?
Yeah, it's like across the street or something like that, or down the block. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
The same block.
Yeah. Okay.
Good old New York. I know it's this time of year that Corey misses New York, because he used to do a lot of the window stuff. Like, he used to be like the manager of like Housing Works there in New York. And so then he used to help a lot of like obviously Housing Works, but then a lot of businesses. He had a business of helping their windowscapes. So he's just like, he said it like setting up Christmas this year. He was just like, he's like, I should probably start that business again. He's like, I truly enjoy doing this around the holidays. It's like, do it, but we'll get the extra coin. Thanks.
Yeah, right.
It honestly don't matter where you live. I mean, there are people that are willing to, like, people want their place to be filled with a spirit. So, you know, whether you're north, south, east, or west, people are going to, you know, find a way to make that happen. And if they can hire somebody who can come in and do it for them, even better.
Yeah.
That part.
So true.
That will be me. I would hire somebody. I'm like, I don't want to, like, it can be done. I don't need to do it. I don't need to be hands-on with that kind of stuff.
No. And I'm glad he enjoys it. Like, I stay out the way because it does look pretty. Like, he's over the top on a lot of stuff, but this is a good over the top to be around the holidays, because it's my favorite time of the year. I could listen to Christmas. I think I said it last year on the episodes. I could listen to Christmas music year round and be the happiest camper on earth.
That's Fizz. He can listen to Christmas music all year round too.
Seriously.
Like, I can't tell you how much Michael Bublé be on repeat around this bitch. Like,
it's a good Christmas album though. Come on, Michael Bublé. It's a decent Christmas album. I mean, it's not like the Jackson 5s or the Temptations and shit, but like, it's a good ass Christmas album.
Okay, so it's not bad, but everything has an expiration, and it comes up quickly. How often we hear that album? Like, I don't know how that album became the Christmas album of Christmas. I don't know why, but
with Shania Twain, I dreaming of a ride.
No. That's why, you know, and that's why I be trying. I guess I'm so worn out by it, but I be trying to give everyone else who be coming out with Christmas album, because that's apparently now a thing. It's like everyone, like, you know, once you get like 2 or 3 albums, come out with a Christmas album.
Yeah.
You know, like in between.
We got Lil Nas X. We got Holly Dolly Christmas this year. We got Meghan Trainor got a Christmas one out there.
Yeah, Tori Kelly's Christmas album, which is so good. She sang
Leslie
her face
Odom
off.
Jr.
Yes, yeah. He did a second Christmas album.
Year. Carrie Underwood came out with one. It's very slow. Like she picks every slow Christmas song there is. And there's like no pick me up on it. I'm like, good Jesus. No. Like, we know you singing, but like,
yeah.
I need a little
the
Holly
only thing that I don't know. I'm just not into like, I like classics. I really like the classics. And like for me, I can listen to like the Nutcracker instrumental Nutcracker like all day, every day, never get tired of it. But like the Christmassy songs, I'm a reason for the season kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I might want to listen like on a day, you know, for like a minute, but no,
oh man,
too much.
It was me and this one lady at work that literally, back when I first started working, you had your iPods. Dear God, I'm aging myself, but we have our iPods at our desk. And she's like, "You listen to Christmas music today?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." You? She's like, "Uh-huh." I'm like, "Yes, bitch, I know."
But okay, so how early in the season, like how early in the year, let's put it that way, how early in the year do you start listening to Christmas music? Like legit start listening, not like a song, but like legit start listening.
November 1st for me.
Yeah, November.
And I think that's just because in retail, that's what I'm used to. That's like I won't listen to it before then. If my music is on shuffle and then I happen to hear a Christmas song, depending on who it is, like if it's like that TLC Christmas or like a couple of like Kelly Clarkson ones, you know, Happy New Year, or some DC3 Christmas. I love me DC, like Destiny's Child Christmas album is,
or some Run DMC Christmas too.
Run DMC, that's good. So every now and then, if there's one song in there, I'm like, okay, I might listen to it. But however, it's more of the gospel Christmas songs I like. You know, like those are the ones because my spirit will feel those more quickly than singing about Rudolph or like Baby It's Cold Outside in July. Nigga, no, it ain't. It's July. It ain't no cold, cold outside. Right? You know what you're talking about. Like, girl, boom. You know,
she said no suspended disbelief for me.
Okay. Right.
It's hot. Global warming, bitch. Shit.
Right.
Yeah, no, like it depends. Like the older I've gotten, I've limited it myself more. Before, like especially probably because it probably would get on Corey's nerves, me blasting it all year round. So I do November 1st, and I'm just happy that Corey's. That's like when he starts setting up. It's like November 1st. So I'm so glad we're on the same page of that. Or like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, we got to have Thanksgiving first and then that." It's too short of a time period for me. I'm like, it's like 3 weeks, and then you did all this work.
You don't get a full month. You don't get a full month after Thanksgiving.
All this work to put this shit up, and I want to see this shit for at least Q4.
At least Q4.
Like, damn. But yeah, November 1st is when I start checking that. Like, I look this is how it starts. I like do a Google search to see who's coming out with Christmas albums this year. And sometimes it's even before November 1st. A lot of them start coming out in like October and September now.
Yeah.
So I do that. I'm like, ooh, okay, I want to check that one out. Ooh, okay, I want to listen to that one. So I kind of make a mental note. I used to have a playlist on my iPod, and it just kept growing over the years. But now I kind of almost need to redo it in like a Tidal or Spotify or something like that. But so I'll do that. Then I'll like start with like a little Mariah album. I'll do like a little Celine Dion, "Oh Holy Night," one of my favorite top 3 Christmas songs sang ever. She sang the shit out that song. I'll throw a little like DC3 in there, and then it just starts snowballing. And then like sometimes if you like have like the radio portion of the apps on, you start picking up other songs. I was like, oh, I haven't heard that rendition before. Okay, I like that. Let me star that or like that or whatever. So yeah, like it starts. But I have ones that I have to listen to every year. Like absolutely, or it's not Christmas. Like we're canceling Christmas if I don't hear it.
Yeah, I'll do a Pandora Christmas playlist. You know, like something where it just plays things. But I'm with you. I have a few that I need to listen to in order to get me in the mood for that. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Scrooge. Like sometimes I feel like I used to be. And that's retail. Like retail just fucks up the holidays.
It does.
I'm not gonna lie.
That is true.
I could not listen to Christmas music for
especially
like
then because it was like the same CDs. At least now they got streaming. Then it was like the same like 14 songs on the damn CD.
It sure was. And you knew November 1st.
Yeah.
New CD on.
Yep.
And so it just really drove me insane. And now that I have the option to listen to what I want to, I'm not as inclined. I feel like I've heard enough Christmas music in my lifetime. 10 years in retail.
You good.
She good. She good. But I will say one of my favorite songs so far this year is Joy to the World, Joyful, Joyful by Tori Kelly.
She's just singing.
She sang her face off, and it was nice to feel that, you know, that moment when on Sister Act 2 when joyful, Lord, like that part is in the song. So when it comes on, you just can't help but get hype, you know.
Right.
What has he done for you lately? You just can't help but to just feel hyped again, like you do every time you see
watches
that part.
over everything, so we sing. Come on, you know I love a key change too.
Hey.
Love a key change. See, that's why I was upset with the Carrie Underwood song. She did Joyful, Joyful, but it's slow as hell. I'm like, girl, this ain't Joyful, Joyful. We don't want the hymn. We want the sister act.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. O Come, Emmanuel is one of my favorite like spiritual holiday songs. And I love the rendition that she did. My favorite is still like the first half of Whitney Houston's before she got into the jazz. But the first half of that vocally, Whitney sounds amazing.
Oh my God. I mean, the Preacher's Wife soundtrack. Oh, gotta hear that one. Another one I gotta listen to is Kirk Franklin's Christmas album. He's got Now Behold the Lamb and Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah. Oh man, come on. Okay, see, that's the church boy in me coming out. But I could talk about this all day. I'm sorry, community. Community, let us know what some of your favorites are. We'll put a post up and let us know in the comments what you have to listen to every year to get you in that mood, that Christmas mood, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I keep on thinking of more songs. Are there any new traditions? Like, so now, like, we're all in like long-term relationships at this point. Are there new like traditions that you've started with your partner at all?
For Christmas?
Stuffing that stocking. No, I'm kidding.
I know that's right, man. I know that's right. Wait, you ain't stuffing no stocking. He's stuffing your stocking, bitch.
Hey, you know, look, holidays and birthdays only, okay, bitch? Look, I said what I said.
I'm sorry, Fizz. Damn.
No, I'm kidding. This bitch gonna be like, oh, so you think so?
Right. Like, you gonna cry when you get in the car. Devon, any like for you that you've done? Not really.
No, we don't buy like Christmas gifts for each other or anything like that. No.
Like, is there
not
like
really.
A dish that you cook at all every year?
We're usually home, so you know I don't usually cook when I'm at home, but I mean, you know, usually when I cook during the holidays, because I'm eating. Let's put it that way. I'm eating everything and anything and everything that my little body wants. Putting all them pounds on. I'll be a little bear. I don't know about cakes because it don't really go in that area for me when it settles in. more like like the saddlebags.
Right.
Shut up. Like, can you just go where it would? I mean, I guess if I don't really use that area, there's no point in it going there. So
yeah,
there is that. But honestly, like, no, I mean, soul food is just speaks to me. And I just, usually in the like January to like the early part of summer, I usually like just go on a vegan diet. Yeah, that's because for the last 3 to 4 months of the year, I'm eating everything and anything. Everything. I legit made just black-eyed peas and rice, and I've been eating that for the last couple of days. Like, I fucking love
They do too.
Look, they do too. They agreed. They said you're right,
bitch.
I know that's right. It's all about the food. Fuck what you heard.
Right.
It's about that. Right. It's about that food. I do start to make like sweets more. So like sweet potato pie, lemon custard pie. I'll do like Christmas cookies. I don't really do cakes because I'm not a cake guy, but like I love pies and pastries and like those kinds of things. So I'll do that a lot more.
I'm more of a cake than pie, but if you got pie, I'm gonna eat the damn pie.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of cake at all.
Even for my birthday, I don't want cake.
Well,
I mean, you're right. I'm not a cake. I like cheesecake. If I do have a cake, I like a cheesecake. But I'm not a sweets person in general, though. So
I like sweets, but for me, I think it's like it's a texture thing. Like because cakes typically are like one note, So like the cakes that I do like, I like carrot cake. I like German chocolate cake.
Both.
And I think that's pretty much it. Every once in a while, like a lemon pound cake that's got like that lemon frosting on it or whatever.
I do like me a lemon pound cake.
Speaking to my spirit right now.
Yeah, but I can usually only have like one or two, like one slice, and then it's just like I feel like sugar overload. Whereas give me like a Dutch apple pie, give me like a raspberry pie, give me like a cherry pie, give me any kind of like tart,
like an a la mode or just like the pie.
I just want the pie. I don't need that's extra.
Yeah.
And I get pissed off when people put extra shit on their pies. Like if I go to a restaurant and I order like, let's just say like an apple pie. Like, let's say they have like apple pie or an apple tart or something. And it comes and it's got like chocolate drizzles and caramel drizzles on it. It's a wrap. I won't even eat it. I won't.
Slide it my way.
I don't need all that extra stuff.
Do one slide it my way.
I do feel like with a lot of foods, if they got extra sauces on it, it's because the food is just bad.
They're trying to cover up something.
That's
yeah.
Right.
So they throw all this extra stuff on it, So like when you can just have like, if you order steak, you don't need, if you got a really good steak, you don't need steak sauce. You don't need any. Now you can have it, but you don't need it. Right. But when you order some shit and it's got like a whole bunch of stuff on it, or you
it's like, bitch, what you hiding?
You bought this 3 days ago. You try to pass this off as fresh. The only thing fresh on there is the stuff you drizzled on.
I know that's right.
Not pass.
Yeah. I think the only tradition that Fizz and I have is we'll watch like the old time like Christmas movies. So we'll watch like Rudolph, like the old Rudolph movie.
The claymation.
Yeah, yep. Or Frosty the Snowman. Like we'll watch those. I think that we'll do. We do buy gifts. I was just raised on gift giving. That's one of my love languages. Like literally, like physical touch and like gifts are my two love languages. So I'm always like thinking of ways, and I Christmas shop all year round. Like I will buy something in February and hold on to it until December for Christmas.
That's my mom.
Like, yes, like yes, I love thinking about, what is this person gonna like? Because then it also helps me for birthdays too. Because I'm like, okay, cool. And then like as birthdays comes, I'm like, actually, this gift that I got a couple months ago will actually be a good birthday.
Do you be
gift.
Forgetting that you bought shit and then finding
that I don't do.
Oh, damn.
That I don't do. That I don't do. I actually have to remember what I buy because Biz is not a big gift giver. And he also like. He's a very 50-50 person. And so he often feels like if I do something for him, he feels like he has to do it in return. And I'm trying to like as much as I tell him like, no, like this is just a love language. This is just what I like to do. You don't have to do it in return. He's also a very fair person. He's like, well, I know I don't have to, but now I feel like inclined to, so I have to be careful of how much I do because what I don't want to do is do too much. And he feels like, well, shit. Now I got to do all this last minute when I've been doing this for 364 days a year, So, so we like when Christmas comes around, like we set a budget with like, okay, we can't spend no more than $200 or $500 or whatever that it is, on each other. However many gifts you get in that amount, so be it, but don't go over this. And it's a budget that we come up together, so that way you don't feel like one person has more money and can't keep up with it and stuff like that too. Right. So
no, that's good communication. Good communication skills.
We try. We try. We try.
Corey's love language is gifts. So like, I know I better give him a Christmas gift. If not, it hell to pay. But like, bitch, you ain't giving me nothing. Me, like, I like gifts, but it's not my number one love language. Mm-hmm. So like, mine is like, I think we've said it on an episode before. Like, I like the cards and things like that because it shows you took time to do something. But I mean, it's nice to have a gift here and there, but it's not my number one. But Corey's, he wants a gift. Damn it, he wants to open something up that got his name on it, that's specifically for him. Like my family,
that's not me. I don't want gifts. Like, although it's my love language, I just want to give them. Like, I just love to give them. I don't want them in return.
Yeah.
Because I pay attention, like, on July 15th, you had a conversation about how you didn't like the color, you like the color of these socks. Mm-hmm. And those are the little things that I hold on to that I'm like, you know what? Like, you said you needed something, you didn't get it for yourself. Boom, I got you.
That's
I don't know. Well, my love language is, and I think we talked about this before, is quality time. So for me, it's about spending time with the people that I care about, and we don't even have to do anything. We could literally just be sitting on the sofa together, and that's it. Like, not even looking at it. We could be like on our phones, but like just the fact that we're in the same room, like I'm greedy with that. Like with my sister, my family, my nieces, my nephews, like we'll literally just be sitting here just like spending time with each other, and that's like all the gift that I need. But then also there's like this,
teach me that. I need some of that in my life. Teach me that, because I get anxious. That literally makes me feel like I'm wasting. I need you to teach me some of that, sis, because that's a gift. That is a talent.
Like you have to be doing something when
yes. Oh my God.
Really?
When when Fizz and I are sitting on the couch, like, especially during this pandemic, that's what's been hard for me during this pandemic, is like, just sitting there, and then the point where we're just both on my phones, and I'm like, throw my phone down. I'm like, okay, I need to do something else, because and then that's when I'll read. That's when I'll read a book, and I'm like, okay, now if I'm reading a book, like, I have to be focused on that, so that way it stops me from thinking about just sitting there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I don't know. I like just spending time with people, for example, coming out to spend time with both you guys. Like, it was important for me to do that, because it's an investment in our relationship, and I care about both of you guys. And, like, for me, it's about wanting, like, I cherish spending time with people. We don't have to be doing anything special. We could literally just be sitting there looking at each other, or not looking at each other, but in the same room. It makes all the difference. And so, and also I don't know, like, Adam and I, like, we buy each other stuff all the time. Like, we buy gifts. So it's like to come up with something that's like superfluous just for the sake of, it being part of Christmas and having like,
for years, my family.
That's how I feel about Valentine. That's how I feel about Valentine.
See, Valentine's anymore, like, we either cook or we go out and eat, and like, we don't do anything above and beyond it. Because I mean, every once in a while I might do flowers because Corey likes flowers, but I buy him flowers like on a random Wednesday, So it's kind of one of those things. I'm like, is it that much special? But for him, it's literally just the sake of, I got something. And it warms his heart. So I'm like, okay, I know that's what you like. You like getting stuff. So if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. But I don't necessarily need that. I appreciate it, though, like, when I do, because in my mind, it's you took the time to do something out of the ordinary, or, so that warms me up. But I don't necessarily need the gift. And in our family, we tell each other, like, it's rare that we don't know what we're getting for Christmas. Like, at this point, we're like, okay, you saw like a book you wanted or something? Yeah, I want this book. Bloop. Okay, Kerel got Caniel this. Literally, it's on our family text thread. Like, we know.
Wow.
We might buy one or two other things to surprise you, but 95% of the time, we're like, is there something that you was about to buy yourself?
See, for me, that is like the worst.
Oh,
like,
see, we love it.
If you're gonna give me a gift, don't tell me what it is. Like, I love the element of surprise.
Okay.
And so, like, I always hated like doing like a list for like my mom or for the family or whatever, because if someone is going to buy me a gift, I want to know that I don't want to have to tell you what it is. I would rather get a gift that you think that I would enjoy because you put thought into what you think I would enjoy.
See,
and I don't want you to tell me what it is. And if it is, and I'm just like,
because me, my mom, and brother are probably so picky in what we like that over the years, my dad learned, he's like, let me just ask. And we appreciate him. And over the years, like, we just appreciate each other asking, telling us what you want. So I don't have to waste my damn money because I ain't see that shirt that I bought you last year. Where the hell is that shirt at? Where them sneakers at? And so we're like, you know what? Get what you want. Like,
it's funny. I'm torn
too. So
I'm very much torn because in one relationship for Christmas, I got a damn picture frame, and it wasn't even a picture frame. It was like one of those like Mexico bright blue with like seashells on it, like just this random, very weird thing. And it wasn't a picture of us in it. It was a picture of this white family because he just bought it literally from the store and just wrapped it. And I feel after that moment, that was the moment where I was like, you know what?
Ask for what you
want. If someone don't know, I am very like, I like this, I like this, I like this. And I will be quick to be like, here are 5 things that I like, that I would like. And you don't have to give me these 5 things in this ballpark or something along those lines. Cool. We good. At least to give you some area where to go. Whether it's
we send the UPC
or clothes or whatever.
We send the SKU number.
Look,
we say it's on sale this week.
Y'all be Black Friday shopping doing it too, don't y'all?
I come from the family where my dad, my entire life, wraps 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 gifts of his own and says, to dad, from Anthony to Anthony. Like, and he saves it for the very end. And he's like, oh, what is this? Who gave me this? Every year of my life, I'm 36 years old, has done that my entire life. Every year. Like, and it's got, like, I cherish it. Like, it's such a tradition of ours now. But that just tells you something. Like, literally get what the hell you want. And even if you got to wrap it up yourself. Corey doesn't like that. Corey likes to think of, oh, Kerel would like this. Sometimes he nails it. Sometimes he doesn't. But
do you guys do gift exchanges on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
We do. Well, growing up, we always did like, you can open up one gift on Christmas Eve.
Oh, really?
And then, you can open up one on Christmas Eve, and then the rest you waited for Christmas Day. That's typically when we do it, though, is Christmas Day. I just get so anxious. I have 0 patience. So I'll be sitting there, I'm like, I just want, and it's not that I want to open mine. I just want, him to open his. I was like, oh my God, I just want you to know how much I love you, how much I think about you all the time. Just, I just want to know, like, if I did a good job, just like, do you like it? Is it good?
It's good. Do you like it? Yeah, Corey would, like, if he bought it December 1st, he would want me to open it December 2nd. I'm like, it's our Christmas Day. Like, we always did ours Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's when you do yours too, Dawn?
I mean, we don't get gifts for each other, so
so
it don't matter.
Oh, wait, so like, I guess like my immediate family, like my mom, dad, like if I'm back home and things, Christmas Day, Corey and I, it just depends on when we're traveling. So if we're gonna, we try to at least see each other on Christmas Day, even if it's like 11:59, traveling up and down the highway kind of thing. If not, we'll usually do it before we leave wherever we're at, Dallas, Atlanta, wherever, and then go home, and we might have like a small gift or something like that if we see each other on the actual day. Be like, hey, I got you another something or something like that. It varies every year almost at this point.
Adam and I've done like small, like really, really small things. But I don't know. I get really bored really quickly with the whole thing. Like, if I'm over at like my sister's place and my niece she gets like mountains of like gifts. Like I bought her 5 things, or mom bought her 20 things, or dad's bought her like, 30 things. Like she has mountains of stuff. And after like the third thing she's open, I'm just like, she's like, you know, do I have to open all these?
Oh, wow.
like legit, like it, the anxiety, not the anxiety, the excitement kind of lasts for like maybe the first two. Yeah. But then after that, it's just like,
it's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot.
Yeah, until you said that, I forgot all about that feeling of like when I'm around my nephews and niece, like when they're opening up, because I'm not the only one. Like my sister and mom, their love language is also gifts as well too. And so like when Christmas comes around, like the three of us would literally be talking and be like making game plans on like the big items, you know, which kid wants the most expensive item, who can afford which ones, etc. But then we also tend to buy like all these little things throughout the year and stuff like that too. And they both will shop throughout the year as well too. So then by the time we get to Christmas, I think one year, and this is before my niece was born, I counted there was like 187 gifts underneath the tree for three boys.
Blessed. Thank you, Lord.
You know, like honestly, you know, like blessed because once again, at one point in our life, we were homeless. So the fact of being able to be there, like, just shows, you know, like our journey.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like,
that's a
damn,
lot.
You know what you could do, right? You know, I'm like, I'm like.
It's like, hold on, we could have went to PV,
right? And we will buy, and for adults, like we will buy each other like one gift. Like I'll buy my mom one gift and my sister one gift. You know, so we'll end up with a total of just 2 gifts. You know, but the kids will have everything. You know, I mean, and my mom and I also make sure like we'll have the boys be like, what do you want to buy your mom for Christmas and stuff like that too. And you know, we try to do that, but when they get to that point where they just be like ripping just to rip, they ain't even checking for shit. They be like, nice gift.
Get it over.
Like, you know, I just no, it's not even just get it over. They just love ripping shit. They're boys. They just love ripping shit up. They just love being destructive. And let it be a pair of clothes. I ain't never seen no Nike, $100 Nike shoes fly across the room so damn fast. I said, nigga, who? Right. You know how much we were waiting in line for them damn shoes.
Exactly.
Open the box, throw it. And I said, you're disrespectful. Don't worry.
I do buy for like my family. Like I'll buy for my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, obviously like my niece and my nephews. And then, you know, usually for like Adam's parents, you know, I'll get them something, and then maybe I'll get them something for like Adam's nieces and nephews, but usually he kind of has that covered. And I don't know, it's just like, but then when they ask me like, oh, well, you know, what do you want for Christmas? Like, don't buy me anything. Like, do not buy me anything. Like, don't at all. And then they end up buying me something, and I have to like pretend like I like it.
See, that's why we tell each other what we want.
But see, I don't want anything. I don't want. I legit. All I want for Christmas is to spend time with my family. That's all I want. And I don't need no goddamn little trinkets. I don't need no little Christmas themed calendars. I don't need no thing that you think is going to go with my decor and it won't. Like, don't do that. Save your money.
Don't do that.
Hold on, did y'all catch that? He said, and it won't.
And it won't. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I felt that.
There was one thing that my mom bought that I still have to this day. It's a little like shell over there.
He said that I actually.
Everything else, gone.
No, that's literally. We learned that stuff so long ago. We're like, what do you want? And sometimes, yes, you do like the surprise stuff. And we still like, especially my mom, she's the same. She'll see stuff over the year and be like, oh, Kerel would definitely like that. Or, okay, Daniel would definitely like that. But if there's something major, I'm like, okay, I like this sweater or I like whatever. It's just like, because get what you want. Because I'm not going to wear it.
I don't mind gift cards, though. I don't mind gift cards.
Gift cards
like, especially if it's to a place that I like. Like that. That's on point. That's a good thing.
Just give them a Visa gift card. Spend it where you need.
Not Visa. Don't give me a Visa. I don't want a generic. Like if you're gonna give me a gift card, give it to me. Get it to a place that I like. Okay. Don't be like that. I mean, you can just go to CVS and get Right. Like, you know, if you're going to give me anything, be thoughtful about what I might like, the stores that I like to shop. You know, like I love to cook. So anything from like Williams Sonoma or Crate and Barrel or, you know, like whatever the things are, you know, and, you know, she likes to shop and, you know, she likes to shop. So
spends a little nice little penny.
And so, you know, I'm with you. I like the gift cards as well, but I like the food gift cards because, you know, a bitch loves to eat. So, you know, like, hey, come through.
What, like Chipotle?
Oh, yes, bitch. I would love a Chipotle, a Subway, like anything, but it's like a food, like, gift card for me. A food gift won't work for me.
Yeah, that's a waste. I have a couple from work.
But see, this is why it's not wasted on me is because we don't eat out. I don't eat fast food like often or rarely for that matter. We normally cook, you know? And so for me to use that gift card means I will have to go out and do something and be productive. And it's a way for me to get out the house and do something.
Yeah, don't give me no Applebee's gift card.
I'm for it. I'm for it. I am all for it.
Let me take that back. I'll be appreciative of what you give me at the end of the day. I don't want to sound like I'm some like privileged, crazy person. I would gladly accept it.
I'll be upfront.
It's not my preference. It's not my preference to eat there. Let's just say that anymore.
Although there is something kind of like small town suburban, like chic about getting an Applebee's gift card.
Absolutely,
because you know you can spend that at the bar.
Absolutely, like if I still
apple teenies.
When I go home, still like we go to Applebee's, and I'm grateful. I'm like, okay, this shit is actually kind of legit. But living in Atlanta, that's not going to be my first option of a restaurant to eat here in Atlanta or Chicago or Dallas, wherever I've lived. I'm not going to hunt down the Applebee's.
And the thing is here, I would, because the nearest Applebee's is 30 minutes away because everything is about local shit here. Like there's one like McDonald's downtown. The next McDonald's is outside of Seattle. Yeah, so like everything is about local.
If you gave me like a Pork Helvin's gift card here in Atlanta, lit. I'm there for it. Dope. But I'm not about to go outside of the perimeter to hunt down I don't even know where an Applebee's is in this like region.
Yeah, see, and I would, because I don't know. For me, that's just an adventure. For me, that's just, you know, me getting out the house.
It is an adventure.
Well, because I gotta go 35 minutes to get there. You're right.
You got that Russian roulette of the stomach.
But you know,
like that food would be good though. Like when I go home,
like I'm not gonna knock Applebee's. I'm not above Applebee's.
No,
a bitch is not above it.
Well, I'm not about to hunt
spinach artichoke dip. A bitch would eat it all damn day.
Because they boneless wings be hitting. They boneless wings.
Honestly, I can't even tell
you. Those are called chicken nuggets. Those aren't boneless wings. Those are called chicken nuggets.
Them chicken nuggets hitting. Anyway, community, and then also we do want to say, make sure that you find a way to kind of give back to your community somehow, some way as well in this holiday season. There's a lot of people that would love an Applebee's gift card. Like I do know that, you know, so give back any way that you can, whether it be time, money, whatever, volunteering, things like that. That also is something that, at least for me, fulfills my spirit during the holiday season. So,
and I made a commitment, you know, when the whole like Black Lives Matter movement thing happened, that I'm buying black. Mm-hmm. I've been buying black lately. I'm staying committed to that. So, you know, my family's just gonna get black stuff. Mm-hmm. my little niece gonna get black dolls. I've been buying her black dolls ever since, you know, she was born. Like
absolutely,
the darker the better. I want her to see her color, you know, and these dolls or whatever. And you know, I'm just like,
I bought my niece one of those Quay dolls, and she loves it.
Those Quay
really?
She loves her Serena Quay doll like so damn much.
Love
like
it.
you can't pull that doll away from that child. She
be.
got a little stroller for her and everything. She'd be pushing it. I'd be like, girl, the stroller bigger than you, but she can't tell her nothing. Can't tell her nothing. Yeah.
Tell me. But community, anyway, hopefully you're enjoying your holiday season. Stay safe out there. I think it's time to get to Ask Your Aunties. So what time is it?
Ask
your
Auntie. So this Ask Your Aunties this week.
I don't know what this choreography
Well, it was all the jingle
Yeah,
ladies. I was doing my sweatshirt here. Let's get on camera there. And look at, she got the cane and everything.
She got the cane.
But this Ask Your Aunties this week isn't like a specific Ask Your Aunties. It's Ask Your Aunties plural questions that we've gotten over time. We've gotten DMs talking about, hey, I got this kind of message on Grindr, talking about race-based fetishes and can I call you the N-word and things like that. And it's a topic that we haven't talked about yet this is episode 97 episodes that we haven't really hit on because we knew we had some stuff in the storage that we had a big conversation. So we'll kind of get to that, but like before we get to this next segment, I just kind of wanted to talk to Jerrell and DeJuan specifically. Like, has that happened to you? Like, have you, like, go back to the days you were on, like, the Scruffs and the Grinders and things like that, people hitting you up saying, oh, I want to call you the N-word because I get off this way, or did you ever feel like you were only being sought out solely because of your race in, like, a fetish kind of way?
I mean, I can say that I haven't been approached with like somebody wanting to say the N-word to me, like sexually. That hasn't happened. But I have been, approached in the way that, like a lot of black men specifically, like, oh yeah, I want to see your BBC, like, that whole thing. And I don't know, like that just, and maybe this leans more into like what I was talking about earlier about my love language, because that bleeds into like my sex language. Like I gotta feel like there's some kind of quality there, even like when I was single, my single days and hooking up and whatnot. Like I gotta feel like there's like some kind of quality there. And if somebody came to me, and this has happened, where they were like, oh yeah, whatever language they want to use, I shut that shit down. There's nothing to talk about. It's a turn off. And for me, if I'm not like at least mentally attracted to somebody, physically, I can't. My body reacts. It doesn't. We ain't down. It's not happening. So I've never even gotten that far into a conversation and be like, oh yeah, I want to do some racial role plays, and I want to call you a slave and you call me massa, or let me be your slave, and or that is a.
What do you say to like guys that do, like, specifically even just like people of color, like black men, like that go along with it and they get off on it as well? Like, I don't get it per se. But I've heard stories where dudes are like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Like, it doesn't bother me. Or, yeah, it's hot and this and that. I'm like, really? Like,
I don't know, maybe it's just part of the, what they're accustomed to because of the system. The system is built for white men, and it's all about making black people feel inferior to white people, and so
it's your
maybe
comfort zone already.
Yeah, so maybe it is just, exactly, something that they're just used to, because I mean, often black folks, we're always forced to make a name for ourselves, make room for ourselves, creating space for ourselves. And so I can see how someone is conditioned to do or make that part of their sex life as well too, because it's something that we often have to do just in our regular lives. I personally have never, I don't entertain the shit. I mean, I've literally had some dude be like, oh my God, like, first of all, I wasn't like, oh my God, but he was like, oh yeah, you want like this black cock and this white cock in your black hole or some shit like that. And I was like, and we're done here.
It's like,
I said, we're done. I said, we're done. I said, it's like, it didn't need to be about any of the rest of that stuff. Like you didn't mess it up for me, because now you got me sitting here like I'm like some type of property, like you have something over me, and I do know that sometimes, depending on what role you're playing and stuff like that, like some people will be more dominant, and it's okay to be dominant, but when you are starting to bring in race into why it is you're being dominated, then we have an issue. You know, like I don't knock people who's for being submissive or who wants to be dominant, but race isn't what makes you someone who's dominant or submissive, and that's what's wrong about it.
Absolutely, you nailed it. Like
I do
the whole BBC thing. Like it's like, okay, thank you, cool, yes, but a lot of that has like stemmed from.
She said, "Cool, thanks. That's me."
You know, but it's just like, but it's just like a lot of that stems from slavery. Like they literally propertized and fetishized Black men as slaves, and even like raped Black men and things like that, and just threw them out back in the woods, like to either kill them and just move them out, you know. And so it's just like a lot of that language stems from back then, and that's the part where I don't think they even know why they say what they say. But when you just like stop for a second and break this shit down, it literally stems from that time part, because they didn't see us as human then, you know. So it's just like, to literally only want me because of my dick or butt or whatever, or you want to stick your white dick in my black hole. Wait, hold on. You can just say stick your dick in my hole? Like you said, once you start adding this race shit into it, like, no, not turning me on. That's not a compliment. That's nothing, because now you are literally not seeing me as human. And I have way more to offer than just that sexually, you know?
Yeah. I will say this. Oh, go ahead, baby. No, go ahead.
I'm part of me is like a little bit conflicted about this, not personally, because I know how I feel, but you know, just because of all the things we've seen this year and race relations and how it stems from, you know, things that are systemic and part of our culture and ethos, right? You know, all the way from slavery all the way up to today. You know, I'm all about like sex positivity. Like if you as a Black person get your rocks off by having some kind of, you know, like racially charged sexual experience, you know, and part of me is just like, you know, do you. The other part of me is just conflicted because, you know, we're in a time, we've always been in a time, but I think more distinctly now, people are just more woke. And, you know, like, at least I personally start asking myself the question, like, okay, even though I'm doing something that, let's say hypothetically, that was my judge, you know, that was the stuff that I was into, you know, let's do the race thing. But now I'm starting to question, like, how does this play out outside of me? Now have I given this person permission to ask for it with other people where it may be perceived in a completely different way? Like if me and this person, or me and my partner, me and my husband, whatever, decide to do something in the context of our own whatever, because we have a mutual understanding.
In the context of slavery. Let's call it what it is.
If we decide to do that, you know, that I think in that isolation can be, you know, it can be healthy and fine and whatever. But I think in the, like, for those that are just single and out there mingling, it is kind of an interesting dynamic of like playing with the race card as part of, you know, feeding into sexual fetishizing and what that, all the other undertones, that are happening in our communities, that it reinforces this kind of, you know, like racial divide between like white and Black or whatever. And you can insert other race, you know, like white and, you know, Latinx, or white and whatever. Like there are these kind of under things, and I don't know, I'm conflicted with that.
Because a lot of times, the feeling I get when they ask these questions or want to do these things is, if I saw you at the bar the next day, I don't know if, and this is maybe just gay culture as a whole, but I feel like you wouldn't say a hello or hey or things, you know, like I feel like then there's this veil or this wall again of you still thinking that you're better than whatever minority you're doing that with, you know? And that's the feeling I kind of get out of a lot of this stuff. And honestly, I didn't know how prevalent it was until we had this conversation. And like the conversation you're about to hear soon here, community, is a conversation we actually had a year ago. Jerrell and I were down in Dallas, and a lot of our friend group we have a very eclectic, very like diverse group of friends, which I enjoy, and I'm so happy we do. But there's obviously additional Black men in the group, and I forget like how it even came up, but I was like, hold on, I got my computer here and the microphone and shit. Like, let's talk about this, because I can't believe that how bold some of the messages were that some of our friends were getting on the apps. Like, it had surpassed just BBC or let me see your black cock. It was like N-word role play and slave role play. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know I've been out the game for a minute, but damn, people are extra bold. And I don't know if that's a common denominator with the old boy administration of past now. But it's just like, whoa. And then it's just like, what do you even say? Because like, maybe initially you even said, hey, how you doing today? And it comes up later. So it's like, initially you were already attracted to this person. And now that comes in, and it's just like, what's that line? It's like, damn, I was looking my chops. Then now that comes, you know, because, you know, sometimes when you're in that mood, you're in that mode. You're like, let's go, let's smash out.
I don't know. I now I'm kind of torn. Now I feel conflicted because again, I as well, I want to be sex positive, and I don't want to knock people's sexual experiences. However, I think in this situation, I think the thing for me personally that will turn me off the most, or there's two things. One is this a bedroom only thing, or is this a like, you also feel like this is also part of who you are, you know, like there's difference between, you know, doing things in the bedroom, you know, to kind of spice things up, and then there's a, you know, living it as if that's how you see and treat people, you know. But the second thing I also would also love to encourage people who are into it is to ask yourself, why is that particularly your fetish? Because the thing about sex is there's a lot of different type of fetishes. There's a lot of different type of things that you could be into, but to be into something that's your default because of the color of your skin feels, one, lazy to me, and two, actually, I think that's really fucking vanilla. Go look into something else. You know, like there are other things that you can get into if you are talking about, oh, well, this is what, you know, gets me off, or this brings me excitement. Well, guess what? There are other things that you can do in the bedroom that don't involve using someone's race to get you off.
Yes. Especially if like you like that feeling of being submissive or demeaned, or there's other ways, which is kind of weird to say, to be demeaned, I guess.
Slap a hoe. Slap a hoe. Slap a hoe. You better slap me before you call me a nigga. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Just
I'd rather you slap me before you call me a nigga in the bedroom. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Absolutely. Don't do either.
You call me one, we're gonna be fighting.
Right.
Exactly. We fighting butt naked, bitch. We fighting butt naked, like
bitch. Facts.
Scrapping, you know.
And like you'll hear too, like community, and I don't want to give too much away, but you'll hear even there's instances where people already had people in their homes, and it comes up. So like it's crazy. People are bold. Again, we recorded this a year ago. We wanted to hold on to this one for a certain, you know, this certain time moment. And now is that time, because we've gotten this question a lot. So hopefully you enjoyed this little segment, and let us know your thoughts. Have you been in situations? I know some of you have, because you hit us in the DMs, but we'll try to maybe find a way to post this as a social media question. We'll have to figure out exactly how to. But it'd be interesting. Just
you're not trying to get shut down.
Bitch, I know. But it'd be interesting just to hear either your experiences or your responses of that you've had to do, or what would you have done. So here you go. Hopefully you enjoy this next little segment.
So we got an extended crew here today, but an interesting topic came up about race play, which I have never heard before.
Girl,
I'll read the definition.
Yeah, tell the community what race play is.
All right, so race play is an avant-garde, okay, really, form of role play used by two consenting adults that incorporates racist, hurtful, and derogatory terms and comments regarding the other's race to fulfill and reach sexual pleasure. Although this is very controversial, most participating in race play keep things strictly sexual and do not support or advocate for racial inequities. So is that how they like justify avant-garde?
Yeah, right.
That's interesting. So like we have an extended crew today, but like what are thoughts?
I'm beating that ass not in a sexual way. Oh. I'm just saying. Call me the N-word if you want to. What you not gonna do?
My thoughts on this, it kind of open. I'm sorry, community. So this is Brandon. Oh my God. No, I just think it opens doors for, unfortunately, for people, if they have this type of avenue that they're going to do it to other people of color, that they think it's being okay. Now, don't think that it's okay at all.
So you think they're going to do it every time they're in a sexual situation?
Correct.
And then that the other person thinks is automatically going to be okay. And you might get your ass beat with the wrong person.
With the wrong person.
But I think it's a slippery slope though too, because I can see people doing it in the bedroom and then they like find themselves doing it in their everyday interaction with people. Mm-hmm. So then I may call the person the N-word in the bedroom, and then all of a sudden you're talking to someone, you call them the N-word, and you're like, I think it's just allowing people to continue to be racist in their own type of way and in a controlled environment. It's like, no, you can't control racism. It's not supposed to be good either way. Like no matter where you say it. So I don't know. It's not for me. I don't encourage it.
I'll name one example. Actually, I moved to Fort Lauderdale about 3.5-4 years ago, and this guy hit me up on Grindr, and I was gonna go over there to his place to hook up. And then he asked me a question as I was pulling up to his driveway. He said, "Do you mind if while you're fucking me that you call me that I say fuck me nigger?" Whoa. And I said, "Huh?" And he actually immediately blocked me. So I think a part of me is that maybe he's done that before, and that he just thought to throw it out there to somebody that he doesn't know. That's just not okay.
I just don't know how you think that's okay. Like how you justify that.
But think about this. Going back to what Jerrell said, when it comes to what people like being racist outside, of the bedroom and enabling this sort of behavior in a hidden way, between, two consenting adults. Okay, fine. We already have enough racism behind Twitter, behind social media, behind news media. And yet we're going to continue as a society to allow this to be okay between two consenting adults in a sexual way. And the little disclaimer is a gag. Although this is a very controversial, most participating in race play keep things strictly sexual and do not support or advocate for racial inequalities. Yes, you do when you engage in that behavior and you're already in your mind that you can say that or even receive it. Oh no.
I'm thinking it's okay.
Right. I'm thinking it's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, it's wrong.
Right.
And you're trying to find a loophole to be right about something where you have no right to be correct.
But it's sexual, so it's okay.
Right.
It's sexual, it's okay.
But what do you like? So on the flip side, that there's people of color that are continuing to participate in this. So what?
I'm doing the Dave Chappelle race trade. Send that bitch to someone else.
You know what?
We want Tiger Woods.
We want Tiger Woods.
Or what was the other they said? They want
Condoleezza Rice. Trade them.
Well, I think to add to that, I think one of the reasons why people might do that, Jerrell, is because you already have that stigma on Grindr and these apps of no blacks, no femmes, no Asians. And now the only way you can get somebody to be into you is they got to call you the N-word. So now it's a double whammy. You're like, shit, how do I get anyone to even be into me? Because I'm going to be treated like a piece of, it's horrible. So, I hate that they are engaging in it, but what if you're trying to find somebody and you're getting blocked because of your skin color, and then the only people that will talk to you say, you got to call me the N-word, I want that.
Wow. Well, then that's like something on you. Like, that's stuff you need to build up in yourself.
I think that goes to mental health.
Exactly.
Like, you have to love
how do you continue to value yourself?
Exactly.
What type of person value, if you have any value, if you have any dignity, if you have any morals, what would possess you to think that it's okay to engage in that behavior?
So they might be desperate. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying
that person.
That now you're tying sexual gratification to being demeaned
and we already have sexual
and being
racism
less
out
than.
there.
Exactly.
And so now you can't even get off any other situation because you're not being demeaned.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's avant-garde. Like, what is that about? Huh? I mean,
there's a lot of there's other things you can be into that don't need to involve race play. You know, like if you want to be dominant, get into submission. You know, get into bondage. You know, like there's other stuff you can do.
No, don't tie me up.
She said, "Don't tie me
No,
up."
no, not today. That's getting borderline for me as it is.
You're not doing that.
Not today, Jesus.
But you know, I mean, there's other ways to find, like, to be dominant sexually without being racist.
Correct.
And so if that's the only way you know how, I encourage you to go on Pornhub and look at some other type of videos, because you can learn some things, because that ain't correct.
Do you find this happening often? So you said this happened to you. Like, do you hear that often, like on a lot of the apps and things like that, or this was just like the one-off, and you're like, whoa, what the hell is this going on?
I just think it was a one-off, and this guy maybe has experienced it with someone else, and just thought it was okay to do with somebody else.
Right.
So it's not a huge issue, but it is an issue.
Did you guys still hook up?
Hell no.
I had to check. I had to ask.
Absolutely not.
Gotta get the facts.
Exactly. All the receipts.
But
it's to go.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go.
It's happened to me before. So I didn't sign up for the race play, but I think for the other dudes who sign up for it, they're like, okay. And then for the the white guy who's into it, it might give them license to, okay, so this might be like a normal thing. I'm gonna try this out on somebody else. You know what I mean? Wow. So it happened to me because this guy was like, I mean, I don't know how candid I can be, but he was like, he was all like, we're kind of laying there and blah blah blah. He was like, oh, I can't wait to taste your nigger dick.
Wow.
I was like, well, hey, I didn't sign up for that. So I'm pretty sure there's some other people who before me came along. Okay, this must be okay to say.
Right. Oh, it's fine. It tastes like 12 years of slaves.
Yeah, okay. And my name is not Lupita. Okay. No, it's not.
That would have been my response.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Come on, Lupita.
Dying.
No, ma'am.
You know what?
No.
When I think about like all the other things that like we talk about in POC community, Black community, of like, how law enforcement treats, Black communities. And then we're thinking about these people of color, Black men, who are okay with this sort of behavior. So, out there, we are being treated a certain way. And you think that it's okay to continue that trend by allowing someone to degrade you in this way, and
especially in an intimate setting like
right.
that. Like when it comes to sex, I mean, not all the time, but like it's a vulnerable situation,
right.
And you're letting these people or persons or whatever in your space that literally, but like that sticks.
Your personal space, like your body space.
That energy is with you.
Yeah.
I know I said people and persons.
That poor hole. Like, she's busy.
But that human being, but it's like that's in your space, and that energy stays with you. And so to let someone do that to you, and then also let it slide, like, I would be like, no, okay, here's the situation. We're about to have a conversation.
Right,
we're having a conversation right now.
Pull up a chair.
Because this is not cool.
Mm-hmm. But obviously they don't want to hear it because they blocked Brandon as soon as it happened.
True.
Mm-hmm. And Kevin, when you were offended, did they immediately kick you out, or what happened?
No, well, they were over at my place, and I got kind of quiet. And then he was like, "Oh, I guess that wasn't okay." I was like, "Oh, let's just keep it moving." I was trying not to have a thing.
So he did continue.
So at least he was understanding that it wasn't right to do it. So he stopped it immediately.
Yeah.
But Brandon's blocked him, so he didn't want to hear that.
He didn't want to
hear
the
next one.
No.
That actually will let them do it.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's
tough to have a conversation like that.
I think it goes back also to, it's kind of a connection, correlation, but like, white guys that have POC friends or Black friends who are out with their Black friends and they say the N-word, and then they say it to somebody else they don't know and think it's okay.
Right,
it's like, yeah, chill.
Yeah, no, that's a valid point.
And I always encourage people to live their best life, but you can live your best life without demeaning or being disrespectful to other people.
Right.
And you're not living your best life if that's how you're living. Because the truth is your life then is being problematic towards other people. And that's not living an authentic life.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, like that's one fish in the sea. And like I know you were just saying how maybe they're desperate and things like that. You're gonna be able to find someone else to hook up with. Like, let's be all
who's
the way
not
real.
into that?
Is that that's not gonna demean you and do it right.
But what I know some people will say though, like, but I'm not into them. Like,
bitch.
Then that's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you. Like Kerel said, you can find someone that's into you, and if you're not into them, then you need to change your own mindset.
And that just leaves the bad taste for everyone else. Like that's like making the rest of us, like you said, feel like, oh, that's acceptable now. Everyone feels that way now. No, like nip that in the bud now.
No, ma'am.
Because one person letting them like demean yourself like that, it's gonna spread.
Absolutely.
And things aren't gonna ever get better if that one person lets it slide like that.
Well, like the one dude who was like, with me, I was like, well, I didn't sign up for it. So then I come along. He was like, okay, well, this happened to, all these other people. Yeah. He was like, well, it's okay for me to, say to somebody else who we didn't have a conversation. No, girl.
No.
When you posted on Minority Report on the Facebook page about, sexual racism and that with Black men, there's a certain level of, depression, I don't think this does not help.
No.
This does not help when we have this sort of thing happening out there, and then there might be some Black men who are contributing to this and allowing this to happen. You're not helping the next brother or sister out there.
There's power in that. Like literally, for a white person to say that to you and then getting off on that, there's a sense of power and control over you. That's why they like saying. That's why they like saying it. So it's just like I don't think a lot of people think about that. Yeah. Like that you have literally lost your power.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, you're agreeing to it, but then, like you said, you're agreeing for me to have that power.
Not today. That ain't gonna happen.
It's enough for me, dog.
Right, you can keep that.
No,
that ain't gonna happen. Don't tie me up.
No.
Don't call me the N-word.
I'm curious.
Don't call me that BBC.
No.
Like
That just happened to me just now. Yeah. Someone just hit me up on Grindr about 10 minutes ago saying, big white ass looking to take a BBC. Like what?
A BW.
It's like that's a hello nowadays.
That's a hello.
Right. That's a what's up.
Child, that's a separate topic.
A whole separate topic.
People have no manners anyway.
That's great.
This is like when we were talking about this in the car when we picked up Kevin. I was shocked. I've never heard of anything like this.
Me either. I did not know this at all. That this occurred and that people allow themselves to be in that situation.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, you ain't that dickmatized. The dick ain't that good, though.
There ain't no dick that good.
Seriously. No, not today. You can keep that one.
Well, thanks, y'all, for joining us on that segment.
Come on, guest star. Come on, Dallas edition. Yes. Yes.
He said nothing the whole time.
I said literally.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
I'm saying when you invade someone's space, I go
Literally. Thanks, guys.
Well, that's not my
Thank you.
I've never been asked that, so.
You guys still chime in.
Sure.
You don't like Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Ooh. That is true. Actually, I'm glad you're right there, though. New segment.
Next week.
But do you get that a lot though? Like being Middle Eastern.
I've had it like.
Come to the mic, honey. Come to the mic.
We're still on.
Yeah, we're still on, honey.
She is still hot.
So as a Middle Eastern, do you see a lot of that kind of questions like, oh, let me get that Arab dick, or let me get
No.
That's good.
I don't. I've had like 3 or 4 times where someone says, because it's in my profile, like what ethnicity I am.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, well, you don't look Middle Eastern.
Ooh.
And I say, well, tell me what that looks like.
Facts.
Do you expect a turban?
Right.
Well, do you think you're making it up? Like
Correct. Like what in your head looks Middle Eastern to you? And that's it. And pretty much the chat goes nowhere after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they block you ever?
No.
But they just be like,
yeah.
Okay.
One person's like, well, I don't know really.
They feel dumb.
Like, well, you can see my face picture.
Yeah.
That's how it looks for me.
Right.
Well,
that's about it.
Why would you say that? Why would you ask?
Correct.
Like, if you don't know, then
is this how you start a conversation?
Right.
Small chat. I don't know, but no, I haven't had anything to that extent that you guys were just talking about.
Huh. Well, that's good then. because just with the heightened stuff, obviously with this administration, it's just like every like nationality and ethnicity is up on guard, honestly, because if you're honestly not a white person right now, they're going after everybody. So that's good to hear at least. But then it's sucky because it's just like, damn, they just say all black people. It's like, well, damn.
But at the same time, though, y'all are right. If someone who does have a good close circle of friends and you're just being ignorant and you want to do that just because you're like, yeah, I want to, I want somebody to call me a nigger. Like, okay, you really are fucking it up for all of us.
But, some people also don't think that they don't realize sometimes that their actions, like the consequences of their actions, can also, affect other people outside of themselves. And we forget, not we, but some people forget that they not only represent themselves and their family, but also a race, a culture of people.
Right.
Yeah. And it's that ignorance that kind of creates it allows a lot of racism to still happen today because
that ripple effect.
Yeah, they forget. They're like, oh, well, I'm just one black person. Like, yeah, you are, but guess what? To a non-POC, you represent all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to check somebody the other day. We're out. He's like Queens, but he says the N-word to me, and I looked at him, and he was like, "Oh, are you okay?" I was like, "No,
bitch, I'm not."
Okay, he said, "What people said you said the N-word." Like, granted, I'm low key and relaxed, whatever, but like, don't ever say that in my presence ever again. He's like, "No taking," and he was really cool about it. He was like, honestly, I just thought it wasn't a big deal. I'm like, yeah, it's a huge deal.
See, and that's the scary thing is that it's gotten so lax. I don't want to blame it on this, but you hear it like in movies, you hear it in songs, and it becomes so popular. And it's like, yeah, okay, it is there, but it's become so lax on it that people literally legit think they can say this shit.
Well, I think it's gotten lax for the social media.
That too.
You see all these people. White lady goes on a rant and she's being recorded on a cell phone, calling somebody the N-word, and then that goes around to millions of people.
Yeah.
You got these other white kids like, yeah, look at Becky. She just did that. I'm gonna do that shit too.
And they know that's the last ditch effort that they can do to try to still ruffle you.
But they don't get in trouble, right? And there's no punishment for a homegirl doing that or saying that. So they like, watch this. I'm gonna one up it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And so it makes it worse.
You just gonna
Asians or Latinos.
Exactly.
All the time, like they just mock, like go back to your country, like
you're talking about.
So dumb.
You gonna catch the wrong one.
Yeah. To your point, Jerrell, I mean, I try to change that in my line of work where I want my minorities to see that they can be successful and that they can move up in the bank. I mean, it's a white man's bank, but I want them to understand that. Look at my black ass, and I'm gay. I've got a double whammy.
Yeah.
And I'm leading these 150 people like you can too. You don't have to be stuck in your same, place thinking, well, I live in the hood and I can't get out of it. Like, no, you can be something. You can be whatever you want to be. So I always try to make sure my minorities know, like, if you want to do something more in this bank, if you want to be a manager, if you want to be this, let's work on it. Let's get it. Because you can do that. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to be what you think, what you see around you in your community or your environment or whatever.
And we need to start and that's a good point because a lot of people don't take the time to give back. They get so caught up in making it that they're all about the celebration versus being like, okay, you can celebrate while helping someone else get to their celebration as well.
Absolutely.
Because some people can't just do it by themselves. Some people need assistance.
Absolutely.
Need help. Someone just to open the door. They can walk through the door, but they just need someone to turn that knob, put the key in there, give them access, and they will happily moonwalk through that bitch. Yep. But if we don't help each other get to places where they can do that, we keep ourselves in a cycle.
I just think of an extra just to talk like, hey, you can do this. I did this. Like people when at school, at my college, like when I tell people I'm going after my second master's degree, they looked at like
they don't believe it. Correct.
All these little old white people that work administration, like they look at me like, what?
Because they're used to people of color not doing it.
Right.
They think of what they
or the perception of people of color not doing it because it happens a lot.
No, you're right.
But they just
perception is they don't know any better because they think it's one way and it's not. So you're absolutely right, and that is true. Like you have an impact on all the students and the kids that come through your door to help them see that they can do that they can be that they're smart and they can actually contribute to society. And we have to. I mean, I have to encourage them all the time because it's tough. I mean,
it is.
When you look around and luckily they had me and Katrina, but outside of us two, ain't no black folks that it's all white. And so I let them know, like, these white folks don't scare me. And y'all need to, you just need to do your thing, and next thing you know, you can flourish and you can be like, I hired this young lady named Eureka. Nobody would have ever probably hired this woman. She's probably in her late 40s, African American.
And her name's Eureka.
Correct. Eureka. Yeah. So you look at that, you probably be like, what the fuck? But at the end of the day, when she interviewed, blew me away with how bad she wanted to help people in the community. Like, I was like, I'm hiring you over. I interviewed a Latina young lady who couldn't really speak English, and yet I went with but the name, everything fit, looked the part, beautiful, all these kind of things. But I went with the lady who would have probably never gotten it, who worked for a security company, barely making ends meet. Because I was like, you know what, you're going to come in here and work your ass off for me, and I already know it.
Exactly.
And I'm going to let you come in here and prove me right.
Yeah.
And we're going to show these people what it means to help one another.
And and I think we say it a lot on the podcast, just having people in these positions and visibility and representation is so key, because that's the only way we could help each other rise. You know, all boats rise when you have a lot of folks that look like you and gone through similar situations, or maybe even not even similar situations, but having diversity in the ranks. So I'm sorry, to be able to get these chances, because you don't know now what she's going to be able to help Joe Schmo in the neighborhood as well. Now that she has a stable job and et cetera, et cetera.
It's a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
It's the I know you said consequences, but it's also the the cause and effect. The cause being, giving her an opportunity to really flourish. Yes. The effect is now she can have a positive impact on those around her in her community and things.
And that's true generational wealth, honestly. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be financial all the time. Yeah. It could be emotional. It could be spiritual. It could be just literally knowledge and educational. So no, that's cool. Thank you for sharing that, actually, because we need to all just help each other out. And
that's why I appreciate your podcast, because you put it out there. It's talk about it. Like,
everyone gets kind of scared to talk about it for some reason.
I like how you guys bring stuff up like this, and it's I hear it at home, I hear it on the road going to work all the time. I'm like, damn, like, this is a really good topic to talk about. It's a difficult conversation that needs to be had. And who can bring it up? Like, you guys are opening those doors. So,
it's kind of like when we started the podcast, Kerel and I were talking about, like, how when we would all get together and how we would have, like, a great time, but we could also have good conversations. Yeah. But we only had those conversations when we were in our group.
Yeah.
It was nothing. It's never
like
something that's normalized. Yes, exactly. And we really wanted to start normalizing a lot of the things that are talked about in the POC community, and started getting people to understand that this is normal. Like, how you feel as a POC, or feeling like you are in a white space and you're alone, like, that is something that's common, or having you to question your own thoughts because it's not the norm at a workplace. Like, those things everyone goes through the POC.
And that is even just a spectrum of it, too. That it's just like, I don't have to be this stereotypical gay black guy. Yes, I might have my moments. Yes, I might point out whatever that stereotype you have of a gay black guy is, but that there's also more to that, and that I could be this and that, is what we always say. So that's what I enjoy about the podcast.
That's my lesson of 2019. I told you that. That's my lesson of 2019. That's what the most important thing I learned this year is you can be this and that, or it can be this and that. It don't have to be one thing.
Exactly. And that we're a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. I mean, come on. I think I shared on here too. It's just like, every time I say that I had a full ride to college, they automatically think it's sports. I'm like, thank you for thinking I have the build for it. Thank you. However, I can actually be smart and get a full ride on education. Yeah. Like, that can't. Like, why is that so far-fetched to think,
That's true.
And it's happened many of times that every time they find out that, they automatically assume that's everything but, wow, Kerel may be smart. Yeah. So it's just like, I just love that story that Josh just shared, because it's like, you got to give these people opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how long has she been there, Josh?
She actually just started this week.
Oh, okay, very cool.
So I just hired her. She just went through, and here's another great example. She didn't have her social, for whatever reason, and I made an executive decision to kind of override that because we could verify it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and let her start. But I mean, technically, I should have probably terminated that and just said, "Hey."
Yeah.
But I realized people's circumstances are all different, and she had a copy of it with her apartment community. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what she can do, and I cover all of our South Dallas branches, which are all of our low to moderate income areas. So I get to see firsthand just how what poverty really looks like here.
People just need a chance, an opportunity, honestly.
Yeah.
Like that glimmer of hope. Yeah. Now that they have that glimpse of it.
Well, I've seen it do wonders.
Exactly.
I've really seen it, like, just among people that never thought that they would be a manager under me now, like that I've helped promote. Help me.
Yeah.
I mean, the opportunities that I've been given when all I needed was one white man to give me a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I give back.
Exactly.
Because I literally just told my old boss who's in North Carolina, thank you for giving me an opportunity 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make you proud every day.
Yeah.
Because I just needed someone to take a chance on.
Oh, you about to make me cry there.
I know, right?
It's like,
but
come on.
True.
Exactly.
It's the thing because they could have went with any other number of people who had their double masters. I have my bachelor's.
Yeah.
I have everything I need. But I outwork everybody. Hell, I was at work today, y'all.
Yeah.
So I didn't let anything get in the way.
It's a Saturday, by the way, community.
Yeah, I didn't let anything get in the way of that. Got up. We had a great night last night.
Exactly.
Got my little 4-5 hours of sleep, and went back to work to lead my team. And my boss appreciated it, and so did my team. So it is what it is. And so you have to go out there and prove to people that you can get the job done just like everybody else. And you have to pass that along to those that just need that chance.
Yeah.
So I'm always grateful.
Eureka.
I know. I like that. Man.
Save the day, girl.
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah. So community. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And then even towards the end there, kind of almost got into the conversation of ensuring, like, when we're in positions of power, ensuring other people that look like us have positions of power and seats at that table as well. So that was an interesting conversation to have amongst friends, because a lot of times you might not have, us three, we do all every damn week, but it's honestly a conversation that you might not have on the regular with your friends, because it is a sensitive topic, and maybe one of your friends is into it, and then now it's like, oh, should I not be into it? It's the only way I get off. It's like, oh, well, like Jerrell said earlier in the episode, that's very lazy of you. There's a lot of shit you can do. So, but yeah, we said we'll try to find a way to post this. We're interested in hearing your stories. Before we get out of here today, we like to do a little curiosity segment here and there. So we figure let's try to do like a Christmas version of it. So let me see. Yes, Christmas.
It has
so
been a Christmas we've done in Curiosity.
Exactly.
That's been a hot minute.
Let's see here. So there's a BuzzFeed edition of a Would You Rather Christmas edition.
Okay.
So we'll see what it goes, and obviously
bring her over here.
Okay. So it says, would you rather chug a gallon of eggnog at once, or sit on a mall Santa's lap for an hour?
Mall Santa's lap. I fucking hate eggnog. I absolutely hate eggnog. That's just gross.
What you think of Jawan?
Yeah, I would have to sit on a lap. The idea of drinking a gallon of anything is like
that part too.
Just
you're right.
I mean, you're guaranteed to throw up. I mean, at least sitting on a Santa's lap, there's a chance that you might get turned on, and there's a chance that he might get turned on too. So
okay, hey, Santa popping a boner, Santa.
Look, I mean, who doesn't want to pay with Santa's sack?
Ooh, well, not all the Santas, not all the Santas.
I mean, some people into it. Some people are into it.
But you know, every year on social media, you see that one hot Santa, that one hot buff Santa. I think he's from like Toronto. It always comes up every year on social media, and everyone's like, "Ooh, Santa, okay, Santa." But this year, Santa better have a mask. I can tell you that.
Okay.
It says, "Would you rather have it be true that Christmas trees feel pain and scream when you cut them down, or have it be true that Christmas cookies feel pain and scream when you eat them?"
Christmas trees.
See, I'm Christmas.
I would say Christmas trees because that's only one. Christmas cookies, a whole bunch of them, and I'll be eating cookies all day. So you'll be here,
going down your stomach.
Right. But at least when the tree is like cut, if it felt the pain, it's just like it's a one and done, and hopefully you're not even around to hear it. So.
Yeah, and I said cookies because here my ass over here being green, but like leave the trees alone. I don't eat sweets to begin with, so I don't got to worry about the damn cookies.
I'm gonna say trees too because I could get like cake and other pastries and things like that. Like I love trees, so I feel bad just reading that.
But I ain't got no trees, so
you don't climb trees, you're missing out. Okay, would you rather never receive another gift from anyone ever again, or be forced to give everyone in your family a sex toy as a gift?
I think I would give your family.
I think I would give everyone in my family a sex toy.
I that's where I'd be at. Hey, sex positivity.
Yeah. Exactly. We grown. We all know how we got here at this point.
But I mean, nieces and nephews, no matter their age and shit too, though. That's a lot.
I mean, do they have to open it?
I mean, that's just Christmas.
I'm just saying, like, I would say I would do the sex toy thing. Yeah. Even though we'll be going to jail because, we're giving, inappropriate items to minors or whatever, but to not get, at least if I go to jail, there's a chance I might get a gift.
Wait, but didn't you say in the episode earlier that you don't like getting gifts though?
It's never again.
It's never
ever. I love surprises. Yeah. I love surprises, but I don't want you buying me a gift because Christmas and birthdays and those gifts are like obligatory for the most part. And I don't want that. I prefer spontaneity. I prefer like, spur of the moment, like that kind of thing. Yeah. So like to never, ever, ever get another gift again in life, that will be tough. Yeah. I think.
I agree. Yeah, that part too.
All right. Would you rather grow permanent Santa beard or grow permanent reindeer antlers?
Beard me the fuck
up. Be beard. Because I can't even really grow one.
Because going back to the fetishes, if I got some damn antlers on my head, people but let me sit on my antlers. What them antlers do? You didn't say you said no to race, but you didn't say nothing about antlers though.
BBA. Big black antlers.
Yeah.
Can't never wear a hat again. Right. Never wear a wig again. No, pass on that.
No. Yeah. So beard me. And beards are sexy, so it is what it is. Would you rather work as a mall Santa for the rest of your life or become the real Santa and have to live in the North Pole?
I would be the real Santa.
Let me think.
Yeah. I would be bringing joy to especially the kids and stuff like that. I think I would just.
But it'd be cold 364 days.
That would make it worth it. Hey, I'll be fat and happy and in a warm ass house. I'm good.
Okay. I think I'll probably lean to the North Pole too, but.
I mean, Santa is never cold. If you see the movie, Santa ain't cold. He ain't worried. So for you, the real Santa, you accustomed to it.
We need a real ass Santa movie now. We'll be like, bitch, it's fucking cold today. You remember the Midwest days? Like, there's some days you tolerate it. I agree. And there's other days you're like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I just wonder, like, if I'm putting myself in that situation, I just wonder if, like, I would get tired of, like, making toys for a whole bunch of people. Like
the elves do. You don't. The elves do.
But still, I'm just saying. Like, I would just wonder if I would just get tired of the monotony. Like, I just want to do. I just want to do something different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like after like 30 years of like delivering toys and like running schedules and like eating fucking, cookies when you deliver them and, trying like.
That's a stomach ache.
But at least this way you could change your answer from before to trees, and then you could be the real Santa and get the cookies.
The milk and
cookies.
Him downstairs.
That was a stretch.
All right. Would you rather have the elf on the shelf be alive? Which we never had no damn elf on the shelf. You better behave when your asses don't get got. Right. So would you rather have the elf on the shelf be alive or have Santa actually in your bedroom watching you sleep at night? I mean, if Santa, this is the sexy Santa, that's kind of hot.
So here's the thing. Tales from the Crypt fucked up the little puppets for me.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember. It's the one where the lady that she has little puppets in the picture frame, and they one by one start to come out and killing people. That fucking.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Tales from the Hood. Or
I was thinking of that too.
That's the one I was thinking of. Right?
The little nigger dolls.
Yeah, and that one too. Yeah, like even Tales from the Hood, like the nigger dolls, like. That fucks it up. And she's sitting there, and then she's sitting there in the rocking chair at the end.
Right, in the rocking chair.
Yeah, that fucks me up. So any little doll like that, it's a hell no. I see Elf on the Shelf. I don't fuck that smile. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Just scar for life. No.
What you got, DeJuan?
Yeah, I mean, if it's only for one night, he's looking at me.
One night. Yeah.
Enjoy the view.
Right.
I'll be face down, ass up.
Come on, Santa, get it. Get it, Santa. Get that. Yes. Get the milk and cookies, Santa. Yes.
My goodness.
Can't take us nowhere, damn. Okay, would you rather reach into your stocking to find a dead mouse or reach into your stocking to find a live mouse?
What the fuck?
Oh. Why
That's
gotta be nice?
Throw the whole stocking away.
I would.
Whole stocking. I'm thinking dead because at least it's already
I would say dead. Yeah. I would say dead because I wouldn't want to reach in and have something wiggling.
My hands.
Yeah, same. I just
That's a fucked up question. Damn you, BuzzFeed. That's a fucked up one. All right. Would you rather star in a remake of Home Alone or star in a remake of Elf?
Home Alone.
Thanks, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
Yeah, I'd say Home Alone. That if there was a tradition, that's something that's a tradition in my family. Like we always watch Home Alone and A Christmas Story.
We always watch Home Alone 1 and 2 and Elf.
See,
I can't stand Will Ferrell. I can't stand Will Ferrell.
I remember you saying that. Now you say that.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
But Home Alone, just because Elf is a classic, but Home Alone is like the.
But I also want a black version of Home Alone. That's another reason why I would have picked that one. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Imagine some niggas.
If we need to start like Regina Hall as like the
mom. It'd be cute though if the Wayans brothers did it.
Yeah, that does.
Marlon
and Kim Wayans is the mom.
Yeah,
come on now. That would be hilarious.
Did y'all see back during election time when she rebrought her character back from?
Yes, I did. Yes,
Miss Benita.
Benita. I was like, yes, Kim.
That was cute.
Okay, let's see. Would you rather spend 8 hours untangling Christmas lights or be forced to have Christmas lights on your home spell out "I'm a big idiot"?
Wait. Say the first one again.
Spend 8 hours untangling Christmas lights.
8 hours.
That's a long as a work day. Or be forced to have the Christmas lights on your house spell out "I'm a big idiot." I think I'd just watch a season of some show and untangle the Christmas lights. It is what it is. Sit there aimlessly untangling. Because after, it's
I
funny
got questions.
At first.
So who's putting this up there to spell out "I'm a big idiot"? Am I doing the work to put that up there, or is someone else doing it? Because that sounds like more work than untangling them damn Christmas lights.
So you trying to find that loophole like Kerel normally does?
No, I just want a point of clarification.
I don't know. It just says or be
my
forced
black
to have
ass
it.
on this roof.
Yes, let's say yes.
No, I'll untangle them. I'll untangle them.
Okay, Dewan, where you at?
I don't have the light say I'm a big idiot. I don't give a shit.
Well,
people be driving by taking pictures of it. So what?
That's true.
Right, and that's the reason.
And I live in a building with a whole bunch of other people. So who did
so
it?
They don't know.
Even if it's in front of my windows, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a red light up nose like Rudolph, or be trapped inside the body of a reindeer? You give me the nose, bitch.
Yeah.
Give me the nose.
I would do the nose.
It's like I ain't about to be
because
the
reindeer get not haunted. They get hunted. So no. I mean, unless it was be a reindeer trapped in the body of a reindeer at the North Pole, and you would be part of Santa's sleigh. That's a different story. But just to be a regular reindeer, I'll pass. Getting ticks all over you, and then trying to like dodge, bullets and whatnot.
White people.
As a black
like
man,
no,
ma'am.
Sounds like another day.
Ooh.
Dodging white people.
That part. I'll take the nose.
Live that one.
Let's see here. We'll do a couple more. Would you rather wrap a perfectly cubed shaped gift and have the pattern of the wrapping paper line up perfectly, or take a bite of a warm sugar cookie?
Oh, I'd rather have the gift line up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
I'm low-key into it. I will spend time wrapping a gift.
Yeah.
Like
I used
the
to.
first one's always the worst. I always end up having to redo the first like one or two, because once I get in a rhythm, like, oh, crease here.
Yeah.
And I'm good to go. I'm like, yes. I'm all about making homemade ribbons and bows and like tying things up and stuff like that. I love doing that. I'm all about the presentation.
I used to be like, I learned how to wrap when I used to work at the Buckle when I was 16, because like Christmas season, you get free gift wrapping. So it forced me to learn young. So years I was proud. I was like, oh, I got so good at it. It's perfect. But now the older I got, I was like, fuck this. Like literally, my family now knows that Kerel is the king of the gift bag from Dollar Tree.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I don't have the desire to wrap another gift at all. And it happened maybe about 3-4 years ago. I was like, I don't feel like wrapping anymore, because I know I want it to look good. And so I'm just like, this is too much time. So I'm like, And
you know what I would do? I would, if we ever like ended up buying a house, because I don't see that happening ever, but like if we ever ended up buying a house, then I would pay someone to come in and put up a tree for me and put up pre-wrapped gifts under the tree, just so that it's like picture perfect for the whole holiday season. They don't have to be anything in them. The real gifts could be somewhere else or whatever. But because I always have a hard time, like I don't have like that. I find I don't have like that decorator gene or whatever. And so like it takes me so much time to pick like things for the house, or find like, the perfect kind of like wrapping paper or whatever.
I know, like we came on one week and Dewan was like, I'm trying to find the perfect towel. I was like, the perfect towel? He's like, bitch, I've been looking all day for some towels. Did you find some towels, by the way?
No. I'm still looking. I'm and it's tough because you can't go anywhere. Like, you can go anywhere, but I'm not like in store, so I'm not like feeling stuff or whatever. So it just prolongs it. But anyway, I would do that.
Okay, this will be the last one. We're getting kind of long here. Here we go. Would you rather never hear Christmas music again, or be forced to listen to Mariah Carey's? What song is it? What's her jam?
Never hear Christmas music ever again.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You don't want to hear All I Want for Christmas? And it says 10 times every day forever.
No.
Nope. Not at all.
All I want for Christmas. Here's the thing about that album. There's a song on there that's called I Miss You Most at Christmas Time. That's even a bigger bop to me than All I Want for Christmas. Like, she sang the shit out of that song. But I see, for me, I'll listen to it 10 times forever.
No, see, that's a no for me. I don't even miss being in the bars and hearing that song come up and watching all, especially the white gays, go ham.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm good. I literally just, when that song comes on, this is me just watching people.
Ooh, you're going to be watching me.
And then the part when they come and they grab like the stack of napkins, I don't know why that became a thing all of a sudden. And throwing napkins in, so wasteful. You know, let me stop. Back to your question. No more Christmas.
So never hear, no more Christmas. No more.
It's a wrap.
Ever.
I'm okay
it's a no for me, dog.
Oh, damn, that's tough for me. But anyway, community, we'll try to put some of these questions up for you all to answer and see what your responses are. But AunTeas, I hope you too have a amazing Christmas. Whatever you do, if you're traveling, be safe. If you are, aren't, be safe at home too. But I hope you have a happy, merry holiday season. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah.
Yeah, Chris Kwanzaa. Yeah, Chris. I don't know.
Something like that. But happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Christmas.
Enjoy this. Enjoy the rest of 2020.
Yes.
Yeah. Enjoy this downtime. Even though I guess we've kind of been at the crib all year, but enjoy it nonetheless. Yes. And but community, we will see you next week. Next week we have our best of episode. So, we're taking a little time off for the holidays, but we'll have a sprinkling of new commentary in it. So check that out. But enjoy your holiday season.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.